Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So today we are going to have a verbal ability marathon session, which will be helpful for CUET as well as MHCET. So we'll be covering different kind of questions in this session, and this will boost your preparation for the examination. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's start with the session. Before that, just an information that in case you are preparing for CUET and are looking for mock tests, MBA Karo is offering 5 mock tests just for rupees 200. Okay, the the link for enrollment is given in the description of this video. So if you wish to enroll in it and prepare for CUET PG, you can take the mocks by clicking on the link given here. So let's start with a reading comprehension passage. Okay, so read this passage and then answer the questions. So take a couple of minutes to read the passage and then we will discuss the questions of this passage. This passage appeared in one of the recent examinations. Easy passage to read and answers are also quite easy. Okay, so take about 3 to 4 minutes to read the passage and then answer these questions. Has anyone read this passage? Okay, so people are able to read the most of you are saying फोन में थोड़ा सा आपको शायद जूम करना पड़ेगा आरसीज में थोड़ा ये इश्यू होता है यू हैव टू like zoom in to read the passage in case you are watching it on phone or desktop. I guess it would be clearly visible. Okay, so once you are done reading the passage, comment done, and then we will see the questions on this. And I'll briefly explain the passage and take up the questions. So ये पढ़ लोगे, comment done, and then we will solve the questions based on it. Easy passages to read and questions basically easy, not so difficult. This passage appeared in one of the recent examinations, srcc gpo. Okay, if someone happens to appear on the examination, must have read it there. All right, so let's start reading the passage. It says that you have, when it talks about plants, indoor plants, and how it helps for mental health. That's what it says. It says, for those of us without access to outside green space, houseplants are a stylish and affordable way of getting nature fix. Okay, so they are talking about people without access to outside green space. What is the alternative? Houseplants is an alternative. Okay, they are looking nice. They have several other perks. So it talks about the perks. Okay, so improving the mental health is the biggest perk, and you do not have to be plant parent to experience these benefits either. 1 in 8 UK households don't have access to any kind of garden. So it says that there are a lot of people who don't have access to gardens. So these people have indoor plants. Okay, and then it says that young people and those from minority ethnic backgrounds are among those least likely to have a garden. Not having access to nature can have several effects on our health. It has been linked to symptoms of depression and anxiety. So, if you do not have access to nature, okay, that leads to depression and anxiety, as well as other health conditions such as asthma, cardiovascular diseases, poor immune function. So basically, the passage talks about that if we do not have access to nature, we have issues, right? We have health issues. So, like living with nature is beneficial for our physical as well as mental health. Okay, so it says plenty of studies have shown how beneficial green space and gardening are for mental health. One study, so they have given the result of studies, right? One study, then a recent review of 42 studies. So, how they impact the mental health. Okay, so it says that reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety, increases positive emotions. Okay, and just being in the presence of indoor plants can improve mental and physical health. So, the presence of plants saw better performance on cognitive tasks involving focus, sorting, or memory recall, greater pain tolerance when holding hands in ice cold water, and lower levels of psychological stress. So, the entire passage is about how indoor plants, see, in general, plants help us to reduce stress. That's what the author says. And especially if you do not have access to gardens, then you can put indoor plants in your house. Okay, now if you read this thing, however, most of these studies are centered around the mere presence of plants. From research on the benefits of gardening, we can assume that caring for houseplants will bring out many more emotional benefits such as pride, social connection, satisfaction, fascination, and mental resilience in times of stress, and may even help you heal from past trauma. Plants can remove pollutants such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, okay, and others. For people indoors for the majority of the day, indoor air quality is hugely important. High concentrations of carbon dioxide can reduce cognitive performance, while prolonged exposure to other indoor pollutants can cause long term health problems. So, people who do not have access to outside plants can have health problems. So, indoor plants can reduce these health problems. So, basically, if you read the entire passage, it all talks about health problems, how plants heal health problems, right? Related to mental health as well as physical health, preventing us from diseases caused by pollution. Okay, then it says that what are the different problems, but removing a meaningful quantity of indoor pollutants would require a lot of plants in a very bright room, something unrealistic for most people. If you do not if you do want to give it a try, plants with high leaf area such that India rubber tree or devil's ev are your best bet. So it says that these things are good, right? Plants give all the benefits. But if you think that pollution can be removed by indoor plants, that is unrealistic. You need a lot of plants. Okay. So the question is, which shows the best summary of the passage? So if you have to summarize the passage, the summary would be that indoor plants are beneficial for health. Okay. So let's see, it says houseplants offer a cost-effective way to connect with nature, enhance mental health, manage green spaces, and aid in pollutant removal, albeit requiring many plants in a well lit setting for notable outcomes. So this essentially captures everything. It says that house plants, what do they offer? They offer connection with nature, improve mental health, green space, help in pollutant removal, and the condition is they require many plants for this notable outcome. Right now, next is saying that house plants are an expensive and ineffective way. No, it is not saying expensive, and it is saying effective. Right, indoor plants or house plants have no impact. Okay, so this is against it. House plants have no emotional benefits and do not contribute. So rest of the ones can be easily eliminated. Okay. Next question: which demographic group is mentioned as being among those least likely to have access to a garden? So this is a direct based fact based question. The facts are present in this passage itself. You need to fill it. So which group is mentioned here? So if we look at this, it says that young people and those from minority ethnic backgrounds are among those least like to have a garden. Okay, so it talks about young people and minority ethnic backgrounds. Okay, clearly stated. Direct fact based question. Which of the following statements is true? Read the statements and tell which of these is true in it. Gardening maximizes the symptoms of anxiety. This is against it. People tend to react more positively to artificial plants than to real plants. Right? It is not mentioned anywhere that they react more positively. ऐसा कहीं पे mention ही नहीं है. More positively, less positively. Nowhere it is mentioned. For many of us, house plants are an essential link to nature. Yes, can be true. Not having access to nature does not affect our health. No, it does affect, right? It says that not having access to nature can have, like here it is clearly stated. Okay, it has negative effects. So this is true. So there are many people who have who use house plants as an essential link to nature, because not everyone has access to gardens. According to the passage, what is a significant challenge in using house plants to improve indoor air quality? So, what is the challenge for improving indoor air quality? That is given in the last lines. So, entire thing was about that the benefits, and in the last, it's the author says that there is some challenge. What is that challenge? The challenge was that you need too many plants, isn't it? So, like in order to have clean air, you need too many plants. So unrealistic expectations of the number of plants needed. Okay, it does not mention lack of availability of plants. Maintaining the plants, the difficulty is not mentioned. Limited understanding of the benefits is not given. So this is given in the passage. Which of the following which will disapprove of the main idea of the passage? Disapprove of the main idea means which of these, if it is true, will be against the main idea. So which is against what is mentioned in the passage. Sorry. So, like which of these is against? First says research suggests that being in the presence of indoor plants can improve mental health. This is given in the passage that improves mental health. Indoor plants may not effectively remove indoor pollutants or significantly improve indoor air quality due to the unrealistic requirement of having many plants in a very bright room. So this is also there. Okay, although it is there, and if we see the next one, because it says that like you need there is unrealistic so let's check all the options and then choose it, right? It says that like you have unrealistic requirement. Caring for house plants can bring emotional benefits such as pride. This is directly given. Okay, so this is not the answer. And this is not the answer. Lack of access to nature can have negative effects on mental and physical health. So that is directly uh, sorry, ये भी दिया हुआ है, lack of access to nature. Okay, so only this can partially be true, not completely true. Okay, completely तो नहीं true है, but yes, they may not effectively remove indoor plants. Yeah. So rest all are definitely true, and this the only thing, although it is directly given also that they require a large number of plants, but yes, this is against what is given in the passage. So this is most likely the answer, because all others are like this. This is partially true. Okay, ye completely others are completely true, so they cannot be cannot be the answers. Okay, next is which of the following means the same as the word cognitive as used in the passage? Meaning of the word cognitive. So if you know the meaning of the word cognitive, great. If you do not know, maybe you'll have to guess from the statements given. So cognitive means like relating to your ability to understand certain thing. Okay, which basically means rational among these options. ठीक है, rational होता है. But if you want to see where it is mentioned, it would be cognitive. कहाँ पे दिया cognitive? We'll have to find. So it says the presence of plants or better performance on cognitive tasks that involve focus, sorting, or memory recall. Okay, so these are all rational tasks. Okay, cognitive means something rational wherein you apply your brain and knowledge for certain thing. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this session. So please do like this video. Let us now solve verbal ability questions. Okay, so let's solve these questions. Identify the proverb that best captures the idea that caution and preparedness lead to success. Caution and preparedness lead to success. Which of these proverbs has the same meaning as it? Okay, so it is an easy one which you must have heard, right? A stitch in time saves nine. Okay, so if you take precautionary measures, right, you are bound to be successful. Okay, so stitch in time saves nine. After facing numerous setbacks in the project, Jay decided to throw in the towel completely. Let me just underline it. Okay, so if you say that throw in the towel completely, see, if you know the meaning, good, but the sentence will help you get the meaning. Okay, the sentence says that after numerous setbacks, he decided to. So, if you have numerous setbacks, what will you do? You will abandon something, right? You will give up something. So, let's say a person has been preparing for exams for several years and is not clearing, so that person gives up. So, the answer is abandon. The crowd was dashed by his passionate speech. The crowd was dashed by his passionate speech. So, like if a person is giving speech, the crowd will get influenced. Okay, the word that should fill is influence. So the phrase for influenced is carried away. So when you get influenced by something, the word is carried away. My mother usually dash for her school at 7 a.m. Basic grammar knowledge related to tenses. My mother usually dash for her school at 7 a.m. So when you do a regular activity, okay, so if it is a routine activity, routine is used in simple present tense. कोई रूटीन होता है डेली का, सो दैट इज सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस. सो लीव्स फॉर हर स्कूल एट 7 a.m. So identify the segment that contains a grammatical error. So which part is the error? What is the error? At the end, Ashoka was overcome in regret at the bloodshed that had taken place as a result of the Kalinga battle. Okay. See, like this, the answer is B in this case. It should be overcome by regret. Okay, at the end, Ashoka was overcome by regret at the bloodshed that had taken place. So, was overcome is fine because it is of past tense, right? That had taken place as a result of the Kalinga battle. Okay, and so overcome by regret. Overcome in regret नहीं होगा, right? Overcome by होगा. So, overcome by regret at the bloodshed that had taken place as a result of the Kalinga battle. So, the error is in part B. Knowing the past bitter experience with the rival firm, Miss Vijaya cautiously approaches the subtle negotiation, already being aware of the fact that she is fishing in troubled waters. So this is quite an easy one. It says that like she was aware of the fact she is fishing in troubled waters. So basically, she is in some trouble. Okay, like to be fishing in troubled water means to be surrounded with difficulties. So fraught with difficulties. Okay, easy one. Select the meaning of the underlined phrase, underlined idiom. After her work, Sarika was ready to hit the hay. Now, sometimes idioms and phrases are quite easy if they are given along with a sentence, but not necessarily if options like many times it is directly the phrase which is given or idiom which is given, and at times you get a sentence also. So hit the hay. What does it mean? After her work, apply for a vacation looks improbable, thoda sa, right? Go for a run, start a new project, go to bed. So it basically means go to bed. Okay. You could take a guess also that if a person is coming after work, so probably they would most likely go to bed. Okay. And hit the hay. Hay, you know that that right, hay is sort of like grass, which is fed to animals, isn't it? So you've seen those grass, that brown grass, that the dried grass which is fed to animals. That is called hay. So hitting the hay means like animals sleep on hays, isn't it? So that's from that you get this idiom called hit the hay. Okay, so it means going to bed. So, in case you are preparing for CUET PG and are looking for mock test, MBA Curo is offering 5 mock tests for just 200 rupees. You can check the link given in the description of this video to enroll in these. The morning dash was shattered by her terrified screams. So morning dash was shattered. So what should we fill, right? Routine services. See, first of all, it says was shattered. So services cannot be the answer. Okay. And we look at the words that first one says that it is routine. Routine is shattered. Routine by her terrified screams. Okay, possible. Okay, routine got shattered. Excitement, how can it be shattered? Like someone is screaming. What will happen if someone screams? Right? If someone screams, there will be noise, right? Tranquility means peace. So if someone screams, contextually this will fit here. Grammatically ये fit हो सकते हैं. But routine is not shattered. Like if someone is screaming, the routine does not get shattered. Okay, routine नहीं हिल जाएगा. It's something sort of extreme thing. This fits the best. Morning tranquility. So morning is generally associated with peaceful time. So if someone is screaming in the morning, so the peace will be shattered. So tranquility is the right answer. The government failed to dash the steep rise in prices of essential commodities. So what will the government fail to do? So this has like close options, I would say. Defend. Okay. See, let's see the options and evaluate them one by one. Okay. So this is a tricky one because here all appear to be correct. So examine the steep rise. Examine means to check. Let's say if you have to examine a sample of something. ठीक है कोई चीज को examine is to study something. Okay, basically to study something and check that if it is completely correct or not. ठीक है examine जैसे कोई product है you examine it for defaults in it, right? So examine will not come here. Debate obviously looks vague. ठीक है debate the steep price. Debate तो नहीं करेंगे. और defend and check. Okay, defend basically कहाँ पे use होता है? Where do you defend? You defend somebody. Okay, you defend like a lawyer defends his client. Okay, so defend is not uh, the right word here. So defend is not contextually used here. It is check, like fail to check. Fail to check something means that you could have controlled it. So basically check here means control. Okay, control we use कैसे ना we can use the word check also. Fail to check the price rise. Okay, so that's where we use. Yes, defend is used for argument. Okay, so it will not come here. Defend is used in when you have argument, you defend an argument, you do not defend price. Okay, so here the right word is check. All right, let's see the next question. This would be an easy one. Okay, so it says dash by female anopheles mosquito malaria is common during the monsoon. Okay, so this word should talk about malaria, what is associated with malaria. Okay, transmitted means to transfer from one like one insect or animal or anything. When you transfer one something from one body to another, that is called transmitted. That looks appropriate. Aggravate means to collect. Okay, and become worse. Okay, it is not becoming worse. So aggravate, like we the pain aggravates. Okay, inflicted, no. Acquired, so it is not acquired by anopheles mosquito. Okay, so the right answer is transmitted. Very common vocabulary. Along with a sharp rise in dash, a recession would eventually result in more men, women, and children living in dash. So which word will fit here? Which set of words would fit here? Along with a sharp rise in dash, a recession would eventually result in more men, women, and children living in dash. So we see the context, right? Something is rising, and like what could be the rise could be of crime. Okay, crime से recession नहीं आता है. Okay, fatalities means death. Okay, we are not talking about, like, if you look at the sentence, it is not talking about any like calamity or something that has struck. ठीक है, या तो ऐसा होता कि let's say some earthquake has come, or there is some war. Okay, there would be rise in deaths or fatalities, right? So this does not make any sense. So if the context was of some war or natural calamity, then you would go with these options. Okay, so this does not fit. So we are talking about recession. So recession is associated with, like, what are the effects, like unemployment, poverty, etc. So it fits here, along with a sharp rise in unemployment. So if unemployment rises, recession would result in more men and women and children living in poverty. So if there is high recession, there is high unemployment, and that will cause more people to live in poverty. Okay, so that is the right answer. So which set of words would fit here? The group's mission is to dash peace between the nations and help different people dash each other better. Okay, so like, remain peace does not fit here. Okay, keep peace, no one advises peace, right? So it has to be keep peace or maintain peace. Okay, so two possible fittings for the first blank. So maintain peace and different people help understand each other, so that makes sense. इंटरैक्ट के साथ कोई वर्ड आना चाहिए, इंटरैक्ट विद ईच अदर. इंटरैक्ट स्टैंड अलोन डज नॉट फिट हियर. So this will fit in the first blank. Okay, which of the phrases should replace the phrase given in bold to make the sentence grammatically meaningful and correct? So exam will get over at 11:30. Okay, then only we'll be able to tell, right? अब कोई ऐसा तो नहीं कि मुझे एग्जाम सेंटर के इन्विजिलेटर के बारे में पता है, उसको मैं फोन करूं, बोलूं भाई कि बच्चों के पेपर में देख के बता कि सेक्शन वाइज है कि जंबल ने. So at 11:30 you'll get to know. So it's an easy one, which I can say that your argument is not correct with however knowledge I have. However, it does not fit here. By whatever knowledge I have, by के साथ whatever नहीं आएगा. With whatever. Now, if you see these two, okay, this makes sense. With whatever knowledge I have. Grammatically यही fit हो रहा है. Rest are incorrect. Okay, it was easy one. Generally, verbal ability in most of these exams are easy. Okay, so uh, like, unlike some exams like CAT and ZAT where the level is very high, in other exams verbal ability is easy. Vocab can be tricky. ठीक है, तो grammar हो गया, fill in the blanks. You must try to attempt these questions. Okay, even if you are average in English, you can score decent in these within very less time. सबसे easy होता है fill in the blanks in any exam. I mean, I would say that most of these exams, there are very less chances that you get them wrong. फिर होता है एरर स्पॉटिंग में भी मोस्टली सही हो जाता है. vocab is the challenge. The perception of others, particularly family members, changed when he qualified on a government job. So here it should be qualified for a government job. You qualify for something and not on something. The Foreign Investment Promotion Board is the government body who regulates investment received by Indian factories from foreign countries. Yes, RCs will be there. Eh, like you're talking about CUET or what? CUET में होंगे like I guess there might be two RCs. So this is again like if we talk about uh, Foreign Investment Promotion Board is the government body. यहाँ पे who नहीं आएगा. Okay, it would be that regulates और which भी आ सकता है. That regulates, which regulates, both would be fine here, but who नहीं आएगा. Who is used for a person. Okay, who is used for a person. अगर यहाँ पे कोई person होता then we would use who here. Okay, so we are given a couple of words. We are given four words. Like two of them are either synonyms or antonyms. We need to find that pair. CUET paper is like last year's CET, jumbled with section wise. मतलब it is all one section. They do not call it sections. It will have let's say 75 questions. ठीक है, 75 में से let's say 20 are of quant, so all quant questions will come together, then all English questions, so that can be in any order, not necessary कि quant पहले आएगी, but you will not have separate sections. ठीक है, जैसे एक को तो होता है section tab बने आते हैं 1 2 3 4, that won't be the case in CVT. Okay, so let's look at this question. Right, there are two words which are similar or opposites. Now, pursue means to follow something. Okay, let's say you pursue your job, you pursue some extracurricular activities. Okay, and dodge means to escape something, escape from something. ये किसी चीज से भागना, दूर भागना. And pursue means to follow certain thing. So these are opposites. Pursue and dodge are opposite. Okay, so that is the pair. So which of these pairs has similar or opposite meanings? Okay, so let's see this medal. Medal means to interfere. Okay, interfere, and these are similar meanings. So previous one they were opposite meanings. These two have similar meanings. So A and D have similar meaning. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this session. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's solve some questions on synonyms and antonyms. Which of the following is an antonym of the word camouflage? Antonym of the word camouflage. So what is camouflage? इसके ऑप्शंस थोड़े क्लोज हैं यू नीड टू नो द एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग बिकॉज ऑप्शंस आपको सिनोनिम्स लग रहे होंगे isn't it? So camouflage is basically when you hide. ठीक है camouflage कब होता है जब हम hide करते हैं let's say for example the soldiers wear like those green kind of clothes, right, and they are not seen in forests and such places, right, so they have that kind of, that is the uniform of soldiers. You see the uniform of soldiers across countries, that is similar in color because they can camouflage in nature, right? A chameleon camouflages itself by changing its color. So camouflage means to hide. Okay, so we need to tell which is the antonym. Now these all mean to show, right? Exhibit, demonstrate, reveal, parade. These all means yeah. So camouflage is hide and disguise. So exhibit means to let's say exhibition जब करते हैं, isn't it? Like exhibit, from the word exhibition you can understand that you have made some project or you are displaying certain thing, right? That is called exhibit. Demonstrate is to show some experiment, you are demonstrating an example. Okay, so that is like these are for like used in a positive sense, right? And parade is also like display of army and all. Okay, so the answer is reveal. Hide means you have hidden something and then you are revealing, so that is the antonym of it. Although these mean, these are similar, not synonyms but similar words, exhibit, demonstrate, parade, but they have different meanings, slight difference in their meanings. So opposite is reveal. Scurrilous. CUT admit card, they have not yet released the admit card. They are yet to release it. So just wait and then read the instructions in that. I don't know why they are putting so much unnecessary efforts. Every exam releases admit card in one go. Okay, like they come up with the admit cards and then say that this is your admit card. They are doing it in different phases. First, they are telling the city. Okay, people are checking it. दे आर वेस्टिंग पीपल्स टाइम एज वेल एज देयर ओन टाइम. ठीक है, तीन तीन बार उन्हें मेहनत करनी पड़ रही है. पहली बार सिटी डाल रहे हैं सबकी, सारे कैंडिडेट्स की. सेकेंड बार में सिटी डाल रहे हैं तो फिर एडमिट कार्ड बना रहे हैं विदाउट सेंटर. देन दे विल बी मेकिंग द एडमिट कार्ड विद सेंटर. व्हाट इज scurrilous? Heard of this word? So in vocab, see, in grammar, still you can make some guess. You can fill in the blanks, you can make some educated guess, eliminate options. If you know the meaning of words, good. If you do not know, that means just, I mean, if an examination does not have negative marking, then you should attempt it, like in CET. But if you have uh, Like an exam where there is negative marking involved and you do not know the meanings, kindly avoid such questions. So scurrilous means derogatory or insulting, something which is insulting. So opposite is decent. Okay, scurrilous means something which is a derogatory remark, an insulting remark. Okay, the opposite is decent. Contemplate. Contemplate, I'm sure you must have heard of this word. What is contemplate and what will be its synonym? So scurrilous was something that an uncommon word. Definitely, many people won't be knowing about it. But contemplate, I'm sure you must have heard. So contemplate basically means to give a thought to something. Okay, to think about certain thing, isn't it? So if you give a thought about certain thing, you consider certain thing. Okay, so contemplate means to think. It means that consider. Okay, tell the synonym of the word inexplicable. Official mocks are never mock tests. They are just to show you the interface. वो कोई mock test थोड़ी होता है. 5-10 क्वेश्चन देते हैं, that too very easy ones. That is just to show you that how will the exam interface look like. Inexplicable. Again, in synonym antonym, if you know the word, then only you can answer it, right? Otherwise, like ऐसे guess करना इसमें difficult रहता है. So inexplicable basically means something which cannot be explained, isn't it? Inexplicable, something that can't be explained. So something cannot be explained, then it is confusing, or no, confusing would be the synonym. Chaotic, unconnected. So inexplicable is something that cannot be explained. Okay, meaning of this underlined phrase. Discovering a hidden talent for painting was a bolt from the blue for the accountant who had never explored artistic pursuits. Bolt from the blue. So ये तो वैसे कॉमन idiom है, even if it is not given in the form of sentence. I expect people should know this. Okay, so bolt from the blue is something unexpected. Okay, it is used for something which is unexpected that happens. That is called a bolt from the blue. Okay, what is the meaning of this underlined phrase? Every cloud has a silver lining. It's again a very popular one. So every cloud has a silver lining. So silver lining means like see, it says a period of misfortune. No, silver lining is something positive. Okay, so getting a job is not easy. That is just to this one. Adverse conditions do not last forever. So that is what it means, that there is always a ray of hope. Okay, so adverse conditions do not last forever. You always have hope for better thing. Okay. All right. So, if you are preparing for CUET and are looking for mock tests, we are offering 5 mock tests. Okay, there is one trial mock test which you can at least take and see that where do you stand with respect to other aspirants. So, in case you happen to score 220 plus in this mock test, that would be a very great score. Okay, so try it out and see that how much you score in it, and if you like the test, you can purchase the remaining ones as well. You can complete these within 2 days and get ready for the exam. Okay, so now let's solve some parajumbles, because parajumbles is also a part of these exams, right? So here's a one. It says that there are 4 sentences and you need to arrange them in a meaningful order. Okay, so let's see this, which is the right order. Okay, after the initial panic, the streets, like if you see this, the one most noticeable change was that foreign faces were no longer to be seen on the streets, right? So something about the streets, maybe about some market it is talking about. Okay, so that is a noticeable change, but that cannot be the starting sentence. After the initial panic, the streets quickly quieted. Okay, over the next few days, people went about their business just as they had before. The bazaar reopened, and the fishwives came back to rummage through the refuse heap looking for their lost goods. So there, it shows that there was some mishap at some market. Okay, there was maybe due to some could possibly a natural disaster that might have taken place, right? Or it could be due to the pandemic, any reason. Okay, so it looks key. There was the markets were shut for some time and now they have reopened. Okay, now if you look at this, uh, this looks like a separate thing. Noticeable change. Foreign faces were no longer to be seen. ये एक outlier है. It is not connected with the other three. बाकी चीजें एक जैसी बात कर रहे हैं, like The street quieted. There was initial panic. Over the next few days, people went about their business. So gradually, things became normal. Okay, but even after becoming normal, so if you notice, the CA should make a pair. Now, B starts the story. It says that after the initial panic, the streets quickly quieted. And what happened? The bazaar reopened, and the fishwives came back to Ramesh through the refuse heap looking for their lost goods. Okay, so the ladies, the women who were like fishwives means basically the women who sell fishes. Okay, and they came back to Ramesh through the refuse heap, and so they were back to normal and they were looking for the lost goods. And over the next few days, people went about their business just they had before. So gradually things improved. And even after improving, this change was noticed that foreign faces were no longer to be seen. So BDCA is the right order. Yeah, this is the order in which the sentences would be arranged. All right, let's see the next one. अच्छा ये कमिंग होगा राइट, ये कॉइनिंग नहीं होगा. दिस इज सम टाइपो हियर. और ये भी कैरी माय लगेज होगा. देयर इज सम. There's some story. A person says that he had some, like, there's some Bala Singh and he is not being like enthusiastic to work, something like this. So it basically ऐसा लग रहा है sentence पढ़ के there is some army man, okay, or some person, some officer who is going somewhere and he has luggage. Okay, so I had six, like if you notice this, all things are talking about Bala Singh. Bala Singh, he was not willing to greet the person. Okay, and like he was, it will be drugs here, right? So all think about that. Bala Singh is not showing any willingness to work that day. Okay, now if you see, C looks to be the starting sentence. I had six gadwalis to carry my luggage, and I noticed that it was being made up into five head loads, and that Bala Singh was sitting apart near the campfire with a blanket over his head and shoulders. So Bala Singh was not working. So C is the starting sentence. Now C के बाद B आएगा या D आएगा. So if you see, after breakfast, I walked over to him and noted as I did so, all the other mess had stopped working and were watching me very intently. Okay, so this makes sense. Then A, Bala Singh saw me coming. He went to Bala, he walked over to Bala Singh, and Bala Singh saw him coming and he did not greet him, and that he was not ill. So that day, like when they were going, that march was in silence, and he was brought up the rear and moved like a man who was walking in his sleep. So he appeared to be having like intoxicated that day. Okay, so that is the order. So in this, try to make pairs of sentences. Like for example, Turkey has the chance to blaze the trail for the Muslim world. Islamic governments must respect individual freedom and equality of all citizens. So it is talking about this Muslim world and Islamic governments. So this might be linked to each other. The West does not know quite what to think of Turkey's proposed ban on wearing headscarves on university campuses. This had a pervasive initial effect on devout women staying away from higher education. Turkey is to continue its integration into European civilization by adopting liberal values. So which had this ban on wearing headscarves. So C and D should make a pair. Okay, C D should make a pair. A B should make a pair. So if you look at these options, only this one fits. Okay, so the West does not know what to think of. So Turkey recently had, let's say, the news is about Turkey banning on wearing of headscarves. Okay, there was perverse initial effect on devout women staying away from higher education. Then Turkey, with this action, Turkey has a chance to blaze the trail for the Muslim world. So they will blaze the trail means to set an example. Okay, so they are going to set an example. How Islamic governments must respect individual freedom and equality of all citizens. Turkey will continue its integration into European civilization by adopting liberal values. So it is going to continue having liberal values. Okay. So that is the order in which the sentences are arranged. So sometimes parajumbles can be easy, sometimes they can be time consuming. So it should be like you should see कि parajumbles सबसे पहले करने वाले नहीं होने चाहिए because at times they can be tricky. Okay, but fill in the blanks, grammar and all that should be the priority while attempting the verbal section. So this is a preposition based question. So comply के साथ कौन सा आता है? You must comply dash the rules laid down by the committee. So the word that fits is comply with. you comply with the rules. So if you do paranumbers with options, that becomes faster to do. Yeah, you see the options and then try to put it. Okay, next, walk carefully, dash, you should fall. You walk carefully, otherwise you would fall, right? If you talk about the normal language, you would say otherwise you will fall. So lest is the word that fits. Lest means otherwise. Okay, nevertheless means although. Okay, lest is the right word. So that which means otherwise. Walk carefully, lest you should fall. So that is the correct sentence structure. Okay, so if you are preparing for CUET PG and are looking for mock test, you can get our 5 mock tests just for 200. The link is given in the description of this video. I hope you enjoyed this revision session for verbal ability. Today evening we will have a revision session on quant also for CUET, which will help you boost your preparation. Okay, so this is for the session. Okay, we covered different varieties of questions which you can expect in the examination. And as I said that out of these, fill in the blanks are the easiest ones, followed by grammar error based questions. And in case you have questions on synonyms and antonyms, if you know the answers, then you should attempt them. But if there is negative marking, refrain from attempting those, because synonym antonym is the only like the knowledge based which can be tricky. And RCs, if time permits, then you should solve RCs also. Okay, so that's for this session. Thanks for attending the session, and if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like this video.